Hello, everybody. Welcome back. It's Critter Produnsy back again, the one known as CR. And I see Go Fish Office and Scout Sweden in the side chat right now. And yes, I'm sorry, I haven't been checking the messages, Go Fish Office. And welcome, everyone, to this live with CR stream, where I get to reconnect with you, the people out there, and share a few things and stories along the way. I had to rush back. Sorry for the very slight delay here. All right. And there's Iron Fire Wars in my chat right now. How are you doing? Hi. And Yippee! Go Fish Office is here too. It's nice to see you too, Go Fish Office. And where am I? Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, there we go. Yeah. SEA, right? I should just start a new channel like that, eh? I'll be known as the guy named Seer. I mean, no, I'm not Seer. I'm CR. Hopefully, you guys and gals, people out there, are doing well. Hopefully, or as well as to be expected, or at least better, anyways, right? So hopefully, you guys are doing well. And yeah, CR. Nice to see you all. Oh, I got some more people joining us. What's up, FSP? How's it going, man? I appreciate you doing that video, even though I was referring to a different first aid kid, but it's all good. It's all good, right? Excuse to make a video, right? But yeah. And I checked out your last one too, FSP. I was really tied to it. I get it. For anyone that hasn't seen that video, you don't know what I mean, but some of you might connect the dots together. Let's see. You're doing well? That's good. That's good. And I have a special guest. Special guest showing up here, by the way. See how see random stream, not really scheduled that much in advance. People get to reconnect and be like, "Hey, I haven't seen you in a while," and all that good stuff. Yay! I'm still waiting for my guest to show up here. My very special guest, once again. See, I already know my luck right now. Because every time, and I say it all the time too, every time I stream or whenever someone wants to call, no, Sierra's going live, let's call him now and derail him or squirrel moment him or something like that. I was just like, so I'm expecting it. Yeah. Yeah. An FSP. Why? Why am I not surprised? Go Fish Office. A secret guest, right? With a CR in it. Eventually. Still waiting. My goodness, I got some time. So hopefully everything's going well with you folks out there. If you're getting too much sun, hopefully you'll be getting some rain. If you're getting too much rain, hopefully you'll get some sun. Nice balance. And hopefully your harvest, whatever you're trying to harvest, is going well. Peppers, tomatoes, green onions, potatoes, tomatoes, onions, and all that good stuff. Yeah, I guess, which I'm still waiting for. I'm still waiting. You need rain there, FSP. I've been hearing about these places in the US about it. It's so dry down there. There's you know, quote quote unquote water restrictions, right? So hopefully some of these places get some Matthew. Hopefully some of these places get some rain or some sun, depending how you look at it. Oh yeah, FSB. Yeah, you were mentioning about that dry and dusty, and keeping the mosquitoes out of the shade too, and the books out of the shade, right? Oh yeah, and FSB. I appreciate you doing that video and uh, tagging me into it. Well, symbol at it or hashtag at it with it. So, and I'm still waiting for this person to show up here. Eventually, eventually. Yeah, I appreciate that FSB. Yeah, I like how I learned something from that. I was just like, oh, so that's the story behind that. At least now I know, right? And like I said, it makes some video excuse to make a video. So I wait for my special guest here, who eventually will show up. Eventually, 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 right? Eventually. Oh, and let me welcome in here. Someone without the
Hey,
camera on.
Tyler.
It just got sweet. Look at this. My special guest here.
Yeah, you are always my special guest, so
Turn it off because I just see a blank screen unless it's not
we're
and unless I don't see it because I just blanks I just see a dark screen, a black screen. Unless for some reason, or is it just me? So side chat, feel free to chime in right here. Yeah. Oh, there we go. All right. Because I know sometimes I see these things every so often, so sometimes it's not always from my end, or sometimes it is from my end. So sometimes it's just like the audio, right, Shadow? It's like so, we've had that issue before with audio or whatever for anyone that streams, right? Sometimes you don't know until the side chat or your panel members tell you, right? Oh, your audio, or you're breaking up, or you're buffering, right? You don't know, right? So that interaction, communication part is very important.
yeah, indeed. I agree with that.
So how are you doing, my friend? I appreciate you joining me this morning, evening, whatever you are right now. Probably morning, afternoon for most of us, for many of us here.
For me, it's 6:56 p.m.
Yeah. So, good after evening. Apparently, Iron Fire Horse is still good. I know. I'll just say, things happen and stuff. Iron Fire Horse. What's up, Greg? Haven't seen you in a hot minute, as they say. Nice to see you. How's the sunflowers doing for you, Greg? I think I remember. I always try to remember the last video I saw from people. as much as possible, or the shorts, or the can you tab post page images, text thingies. Is
Yeah,
that
I
just me?
do go fish.
I didn't. Is that just me? That sounds good, right? I can't remember. I'm not listening to it, so I can't tell because I'm using the headset. So you sound fine. I don't know about me. Is it me?
Well, your audio goes up and down, so
Oh, sorry. I never had the greatest audio. Still, let me just check on this. I'll go automatically adjust mic volume. Whatever. That's awesome. Some parts are doing great. And speak of that, by the way, the video's coming out this week. Yes. I only posted like one update last month in August, but the sunflower videos are coming out. Did you did I mention with an S? Did you hear that, Shadow? I said videos. Yeah.
yeah, that's a lot of
Yeah.
videos.
Yeah. A lot. It's a lot. Just I see. I'm trying not to spoil it or give too much away. Let's just say I tried something new in there. So we'll see how that all pans out. You know, we'll see when that you know metaphoric page flips to the next page. We'll see. We'll see. But yeah, it's out later this week. I also have a shorts scheduled in advance right now.
Yeah,
Yeah. I already scheduled it amongst some other things. I have
yeah,
I actually have scheduled videos for this month. I've been a little bit more as much as possible. Really go for shelves. Seriously.
you see
Yeah.
Nick, see your. That was fun.
Yeah. As long as you guys can hear me. Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear. So
Yeah, I can't tell. Tell me then when I use the mic on the phone, it sounds worse. It's either this or that. So you know, have your pick. So what's new with you, Shadow? By the way,
well, it has been a long day at work.
yeah,
So
I appreciate you taking some time
otherwise,
to join me
I'm
up
doing good.
here. I gotta remember that we're not on your not on your stream. It's Saturday. I gotta do all the talking. Oh wait, I do
Yeah,
all the
no,
talking on your stream anyways.
yeah, that's because you like to
I almost
talk.
forgot. Well, I mean, they always say you gotta keep the show going, right? People come by to want to hear something or see something, right? As much as possible. And obviously, in chat it up in the side chat of stuff, what's going on. Feel free to chime in whenever possible.
Yeah,
Because I'm trying to charge my phone here at GoFish Office. I'm trying to kind of, because I'll be streaming for a little bit. I'm trying to maximize it, as they say. Where'd that come from? Where that? Okay. I was wondering where that came from, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's what. You dance. GoFish Office. That might be in the works too, by the way. That might be in the works too, by the way.
yeah,
I better not. We're only 15 minutes in. I better not just spoil everything. let me tone it back here. Tone it back here. So anyways, like I was saying, things are going well with you, Shadow, and hopefully everyone else too. By the way,
Yeah.
Iron Fire Horse, FSP, Matthew, Go Fish Office. Yeah, I mean, how's the weather over there? Are you getting some sun? Is it warm? At least.
Well, we had. Where's my phone? We had, I think, 20 degrees Celsius today.
Yeah, yeah. It's more or less like this, like that here. That's about relatively the average temperature or typical daytime high here right now. I mean, it is September here in Canada, so I was actually looking at the historical records again, or the records, sorry. Apparently, it can get up to like 30 Celsius here, or 32 or 90 Fahrenheit, even in September here. I was checking on it.
Yeah.
I was checking on it. I'm like, oh, so I guess 20 is nice. Although we've had these cold fronts, I shouldn't say cold fronts, but little pressure systems drop in on the west side of Canada here, so we've been getting some rain. I mean, I actually saw the other day it got down to 40 Fahrenheit, 5 Celsius, which is actually below seasonal, but the temperature's rebounding now. I mean, like I said earlier, it's sunny today, so I'll be able to charge some solar stuff among some other things, and obviously, the greens of the garden and the plants will enjoy some sun after all that rain.
Yeah. That sounds like a good plan to me.
Yes, yeah. So for anyone that doesn't know, like it's been a while since I streamed, but the last time I streamed, I showed these solar lights, right? And they're still going. They're still going. Considering on getting a nervous set. The way the things are going lately, I feel like maybe I should get more ready, more prepared, a little bit
Hey,
more.
NC Dibs, good to see you.
Hey, what up? I know, right? NC Dibs, I got the sweet here, man. I get the sweet. I mean, the sweet here. I just made that up too.
Yeah, I
Uh,
know you did.
oh yeah, Iron Force. The leaves are already falling here too. Like, there's still leaves on the trees, but like I was saying to some other people or whatever because the posting about autumn or what autumn slash fall. I'm like, it already started here like last week, like on the 31st. So I know it's just a matter of time now. Hopefully it'll be like the previous year where I didn't won't see I'll use better free words that I use instead of the S word. Hopefully the frozen white rain won't appear anytime soon. Wink, wink.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, you're getting rain there, NC Dimps. Oh, okay. You do go for. You got some rain last night too. Jeez, I got rain last night too. Jeez. Huh. You been getting any rain, Shadow?
Yeah, well, I think we had last night, I believe, some rain at least.
That's good. Well, like I said, there's still air quality smoke advisories, quote unquote, out west here. So, like I said, it needs to rain. You know, hopefully in areas that actually still have smoke and forest fires, right? Because honestly, the only way that the smoke's gonna clear out in an area is it rains, right? It needs to rain
Yeah,
for that to happen, or else it just builds up, and then next thing you know, air quality is at like 8. I actually saw air quality. So here in Canada, the scale goes from 0 to 10, where 10's
yeah,
extreme. I saw it as high as 8 again, and I say again because we saw it earlier this year, back in like May. It was at 8, so there's still it's still lingering around. Although the temperatures are cooling down too, so they're not going to get that kind of. Well, there's this 30-30 thing, 30-30-30 thing. So 30 Celsius, low humidity like 30%, and high wind speed. So as long as that's not happening, then they can quote unquote tame it better. Well, Iron Fire Horse, maybe you should go visit Goldfish office, or vice versa.
yeah, or vice versa.
Yeah. All right.
Oh, when you guys meet up, why don't you make a video about it?
Oh yeah, right. An excuse to make a video, right? Any excuse to make a video, right? Gotta keep that content going, right, as much as possible.
Yeah,
Even that's why I was saying to farmer FSP, right? It is like FSP thought I was talking about something else, and I was talking about something else, but excuse to make a video, right? So because sometimes certain videos can do well even though you don't plan to do the video, or I'm just gonna shoot the video, it'll be rough, kind of rough, and it does better than your like scheduled videos or ones that you planned only. So because you never know, and as a content creator, people get monetized, etc., right? Watch time, views, help, right?
prepping life is in the house, by the way.
Is he? I haven't seen.
Yep.
So, yeah, how's it going, man? Yeah, how you doing? See you around, man. Somehow he
Yeah.
always seems to join. I noticed in the last, for some reason, he's always. I think I remember what he said about the last time, but he always seems to be like
Okay.
join at the right
I'm
time.
not subscribed to him, so
Yeah, you're doing
I take.
well. That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've known him for a while, for quite a while. Actually, I'm trying to. I'm still remembering a lot of different things. Somehow, I'm remembering this power bank for some reason now. Think I remember that video prepping life. I think I still remembering that. I think it was a solar battery bank. I think you mentioned it. Don't quote me on that though. I tried to remember the content you guys throw out there as much as possible, or try to refer to it. Such. Just like how Goldfish Office put out like a food picture.
Yeah.
I wrote in the comment section, glad I'm eating right now, or something. I'm paraphrasing it. Like, oh, I'm so glad I'm eating while I was scrolling by. Yeah, I've been hearing about that Iron Fire Horse. Yeah. Now is the time to get ready, be proactive, and prepare for it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Because I
I think
think
this year the winter
soon.
will be pretty harsh.
I think so too. The way I'm just sensing it. I'm just sensing it. All right. I mean, we're no meteorologist or anything like that, but I kind of sense it. I can. My senses are tingling, as they say.
Yeah.
So, so stuff like making sure your snowblower is working, for example, if you do something like that, you know, making sure those shovels are in well working order. Ice cleats, for example, right? Hey, ice cleats are really nice, right? Some of us have to walk, and like even if you drive or whatever, right? Sometimes it's nice to step outside with ice cleats outside your vehicle and not slip, right? You know what I mean? It's really nice because you
Yeah.
know the injuries, right? The injuries that involve from slipping can be rough at times because it's uncontrollable descent, which is say, right? So things happen. By the way, I experienced that one time, and I did a stream about that. For once, it's not me.
Not me either. Oh, that was the
Why am
Mrs.
I not so?
phone.
Why am I not surprised? I'm just like I thought I was gonna hear like a sneeze from her again, like usual. Oh
I
yeah.
think we
That's
will
what I.
get a pretty rough winter this year.
Yeah. Iron Power Horse. Yeah, exactly. I think. Well, see, wasn't last year. I'm trying to remember. There was this one year that got freezing rain here for like 4 times. All right, because it's
Molly
kind
Pest
of.
Hunter's best catch in the house. Good to see you, Molly.
Hi, Molly. How are you doing? It's nice to see
Good
you
to
in
see
here.
you again, Molly.
I'm trying to remember if I could do this. No, I can't do that. But yeah, Iron Fire Horse. Yeah, it kind of sucks when the temperature is hovering around the freezing point. Like, let's just say between +4 and -4 Celsius, so that's 40 to 26 Fahrenheit for you guys in the US. Because when the temperature hovers around that point and there's precipitation or rain, well, pretty much precipitation can fall as anything at that time. You can get freezing rain, you can
Yeah,
get frozen white rain. I'm trying not to use the S word there, the 4 letter S word. That's not a swear, but everyone thinks it is because no one wants to hear it right now. And I'm air quoting, but you can't tell. You
right.
can't see that. Yeah, right. Because it sucks at that time. It does. It just makes a mess of everything. Right.
I agree.
Some, Sometimes it's better if the temperature is, let's say, oh, oh no, he just muted. I thought I had something with the audio. It's better just to see the temperature like at like let's say -5, -6, or +6 or 7. So 47 Fahrenheit, 20 Fahrenheit, because then that chance becomes you don't get that freezing rain chance as much because
Yeah,
it either becomes wet or the frozen white rain stuff, right? So you know something to keep in mind, and the freeze and thaw cycles that happen because of that. So yeah, I didn't say go fish office. I'm not highlighting them because I'm trying to avoid that right now. A little bit longer, right? Yeah, you know it's nice. if there's no precipitation, but if there is, then stuff happens, right?
Yeah, it is.
All right. If it's not the Texas thing in 2021, it's something else or something like that. All right. So you can get your hands on something to help you in those conditions or that weather, or if you already have it, right? I might. I'm almost. Well, I won't do it now because it's relatively nice. But as soon as the temperature starts falling, where it might be closer to the freezing point at especially at night, I might start pulling out. That's kind of gear because it's more likely I'll be needing it. All right, gloves, stuff
Yeah,
like that, just so and stuff with it. Obviously it's been put away since for the summer, but I gotta eventually bring it back out again and stuff like that, and make sure it's in well working order, no holes in it. Hasn't fallen apart since the last time you used it. Right, make sure it works. And
exactly.
stuff. Yeah, yeah, I hear you. Oops. When you try to highlight something and there's comments coming in, you highlight the wrong one. I seem to be doing that too much today. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. That would kind of suck for the temperature. It's probably one of the worst things. Actually, yeah, because freezing rain, if I remember right, it makes it makes even a super shelter, like a greenhouse type of shelter that you would use, I'd say, with a campfire. Although you could do it with sunlight, solar energy too, technically, and
Yeah,
let's say a reflective mylar space blanket, some sort of clear sheeting, right? Basically, it's a greenhouse type of shelter, right? Well, when freezing rain hits that and sits there, the water absorbs the thermal energy, so it makes it less effective. So, something I
mm.
picked up a while ago about that. I'm like, oh, that makes sense.
There is another type of shelter that is really good, actually.
Yeah,
I never built it myself, but I have seen Dave Canterbury do it.
yeah.
He built a shelter called Spider Shelter,
I don't think I've heard about that one.
but it takes a few days to build it,
Oh,
more or
but you
less.
ain't making.
But
Yeah, yeah.
the
You're not making.
here's
Yeah.
the thing with Spider Shelter,
Hmm.
um, that if it's cold outside, it's warm inside.
Okay, I see.
So I would like to build a spider shelter, but you need to do it before the
Oh, so
snow
like
comes.
now, now, not later, not in December or November or January, February, right? Yeah,
Well, build it in September, October before the snow.
yeah. So this is one of those things. You're not. This is no emergency shelter. This is like kind of you got to do it in advance. You got to be more proactive about it. Yeah, right.
Yeah, you need because it takes 4 days to build it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's not
you
as yeah. You're. It's not like you're making some debris shelter or even a Quincy, for example, right? Those kind of things you can build in a day or so, right? So,
yeah.
all right, all right. Shadow, if later on after the stream, send me a link or just to remind me about that.
Yeah,
Just
sure, I
so
can do that.
yeah, just something to refer to because I do follow the chat. I do follow Dave Kennery's channel. I must have missed it or didn't see it. 'Cause usually I notice stuff like that. You know, I check out my feed and stuff like that.
A spider shelter is basically uh, a debris type shelter, but it's much more versatile.
Oh, okay. Okay. I guess. So, like I said, you're not making this overnight. This is more you're gonna prepare it in advance.
Yeah,
So if you're staying in a location or certain area for longer periods of time, right? Okay. And let me welcome in One Family Phone, Courtney. 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 What's up, Courtney? How are you doing? Mm.
Courtney is in the house.
So Sandy.
Oh,
Hi,
yeah,
Sandy.
she is.
Nice to see you all. I see Courtney got my memo. I don't need to share. I already got my memo. You know, Corey, you're a very what the
CR, I just gave you the link in the
yeah, I
Instagram.
see it. Yeah, I see it. Appreciate that. Thank you. Just so something I can refer to
Yeah,
for later on, right? Get a sense of it. Thank you. I appreciate that.
you're very welcome.
So yeah, I didn't really have a real topic for this, so we're probably done bounce around everywhere. But like I said, we're in technically for most people we're in that transition. Well, depending where you are in the world, but we're in that transition period, right? Because obviously the seasons are changing for most people, or at least some of us, anyways, right? Depending where you are. For you guys down
Yeah,
south, the leaves are still on the trees and green, but for some of us, they're a little bit more northern, like me, maybe some other people. The leaves are changing, right? So it's a transition period right now. So because I was checking on the sunrise sunset times now. We're right now for me here. We're relatively in that 13 hours of daylight and uh 9 hours of night. And eventually, because we're coming, well, because today's the 30, the sun at the time of this stream. Shout out to the replay gang, right? But it falls in a couple of weeks, right? So you know, eventually we'll be in that kind of equinox time, right? Generally equal amounts of daylight and nighttime. So this is why I got the solar lights beforehand. That way I can actually see how long they can go for. Also, we'll see how well they can do in the winter at the worst time. Because I know during
yeah,
the summertime right now, it's as long as it's sunny during the day, it's gonna be good, right? I want to see how really good they are you know, when I'm getting like 18 hours. It seems like 18 hours of dark. I night and 6 hours of like daylight. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see how well they go. So might be useful later on. Hey, it's the Celtic grandma. Are you doing?
there you have the part two as well.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Appreciate that. How are you doing? Nice to see you here. Wow, Iron Fire Horse. That's because you're graciously making an appearance here. That's why it's so great. It's great because you guys are here. Like this guy beside me on my right side. Yeah, right. And of course everyone else in the side chat. All right. It's no channel without viewers, right? And subscribers, right? It's not much of a channel, right? It's not much of a channel without viewers, right? And the people
Exactly.
watching. And people actually watching. And of course the comments, the constructive feedback with a CR in it, and the encouragement with a CR in it, and a bunch of other things with CR in it. Shadow, if you were to join me on this stream would probably turn out to be a CR stream, as in like every, where I just say words with CR in it again and again and again. It would just reoccur on and continuously rambling like I am right now.
Yeah,
Yep, yep,
exactly.
yeah. No. This is where you say indeed.
Indeed.
I still gotta come up with an acronym for that. I'm just like, I still can't figure one out for that. I'm still trying it out. It's difficult. It's difficult because it's got repeating letters in it.
Yeah. I give you their 4-part series of the Spider Shelter, Dave Canterbury done. So I give you all those links to them. So
Yeah, okay. So good,
hey,
Sandy.
Sandy, good to see you, man.
Straight up. You only hang out with the best. Like this guy.
Yeah, the best of the best, right?
I'm just I'm just that kind of co-host. co-host. Let's see. Well, to speedy recovery. Hopefully, you'll heal faster than normal.
Yeah,
Hey,
we
Dale.
should maybe get her a Baka tank. I
Oh,
believe it's
Dale.
called. It helps the body to heal faster.
Yeah. How are you doing, Dale? Yeah. Like I said, I remember. Like I said, see, like I said earlier on Unbalanced to something, when I sprained my wrist because of ice, right? It took me a whole month to recover from that, or it seemed like it took a whole month to recover from that. I was I was very lucky I didn't actually break my wrist on that. Oof,
Yeah,
that's and that was one of the more painful things I've had for a while. You know, because it was one of those things that it lingered for a while, right? It's not like some headache that maybe disappears in a couple of days or whatever, right? You know, or even like a cold that lasts a couple of days or a flu that lasts a week, right? This is like pain. It was pain that was like it subsided, but it was just like uh continuous for a while, right?
yeah,
Like I actually had like it's in that stream that I did the next day about it, right? Like I almost thought I sprained both my wrists. Luckily, it was only my right side. My left side was getting better by the next day already. But like, I guess I don't know if I specifically said it, but like, I tried to take painkillers for that. Did not. That was worth. That didn't even do anything to me. Right. I was still feeling the pain. Right. So I had to wrap
yeah,
it in ice. The ice was better. Sometimes ice is better. Sometimes painkillers aren't always the answer, right? Sometimes something ice or, for example, is better
yeah,
because it numbed the pain better for me. It was more manageable for me, in my opinion. And of course, none of us are medical experts, and we're not getting medical advice. But sometimes painkillers aren't always the answer. At times. Just reading in the side chat real quickly. Yeah. Let's see, Des, I'm for horse. Yeah, I'm reading it real quick here. Okay. yeah, and see that. Yeah, I read that. I read that. Yeah. And clearly, I am not one of them. Clearly, with a CR in it, I'm not one of them.
No,
I'm just that.
to consider yourself as an expert, you need at least 5,000 hours of studying one specific subject.
Well, not just knowledge and skills or whatever, but experience too, right? All of that. And of course, year does not make you an expert either on stuff. I think that's pretty clear too, right? Gear does not make you an expert on something either. That you just have resources, right? Having resources doesn't make you an expert on something. However, having some knowledge and skills and a good amount of experience, is a good start, in my opinion. Go fish office now. We all knows it. Uh, uh, we got about 7, 8 in the house right now. Appreciate you folks dropping in. Like I said,
Yeah,
hopefully you
it's
guys are all doing
awesome.
well. Yeah, hopefully you guys are all doing well. Like I said, this is live with CR with a special guest, secret guest, Shadow Scout Swede. Many of you know him.
Yeah, the one
This
and only.
great, the one and only. Well, come on, Shadow, you gotta make it dramatic, all right? Dramatic
Yeah,
entrance. You know, I, I think I've actually said that once as my I said as like the first thing I said in the stream when I joining as on the side chat. Dramatic entrance. Hi at channel host bubble inside chat. I haven't done that in a while. I should make a dramatic entrance like that again. I should remember that. Seriously? Come on. Hey, Iron Fire Horse School Fish Office, why don't you guys just do a collab? You're in it.
well, collabs are really good idea.
Yeah, go collaborate with CR in it. And just do it. Just do it. Like, who
Yeah,
knows? It might go viral. No. Main Go Fish Office sees is like, how the hell did I get 10,000 views on this? It could happen. Probably not, but it could happen, right? It could happen. You never know. Sometimes it's like that, right? Or on some of the shorts, right? Sometimes you expect a little bit less, then it's just like you get way more. But just like that, you expect more and get way less. So I know. You guys could do it as like shorts or something like that? Just some random live streams about that. Just imagine
no,
that.
and nose picking collaboration. That would be a new thing on YouTube, definitely. I don't think anyone has done a collab like that before. So
Oh yeah, just like how you were showing shorts. Shorts. Yeah, like something like that. Sometimes it's fun sometimes to do those every so often. You know, a little bit more fun or funnier type of thing, right? Like there's always a time for seriousness, but sometimes a good laugh or that's not on anyone's expense, right? Like a good laugh, play on words or something like that is sometimes good for the spirit, for the soul too, right? Because sometimes a little bit of laughter helps, right?
I agree with you about that, NC Dibs. Sometimes the best chats have no topic.
You know?
That might be a clickbait. Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. You guys would be famous. Just, just remember whose idea it was. Not mine. It wasn't my idea. Actually, you think about it, it was Goldfish Office's idea. I'm just saying. Infamous. Yeah, exactly. I was about to say that, Sandy. I was about to say that. I was just letting you chime in with that. All right. Gonna let the side chat chime in. All right.
Yeah, I can see the side chats. And the best thing is, I don't need to go to the YouTube side to see the chat. So
Mm-hmm. Well, you remember you can type in too, right? Because I know now on the StreamYard site, yeah, it says sign in to chat. You don't already know that. About amongst some other things that they changed out or improved on and stuff like that. So it's nice to see some updates on that. Trying to make the quote unquote
take
platform
care,
better.
Celtic Grandma. Take
Take
care.
care. Take care. We'll see ya. I'll just leave that out on the screen for a moment. You know what's funny? What's funny, Shadow?
Yeah, what Iron Fire Horse says. You know what they say, Fishy? You can pick your friends, you can pick your nose, but you can't pick your friend's nose. That's the first rule.
Well, you guys gotta say that in that collab. That's got to be like within the first minute or two. You can use it as your handle. I mean, not handle, as your hook.
Yeah. Or another better idea, why don't sniffing hot chili? That would be something.
Hmm.
But that will definitely burn your nose.
Yeah. Yeah. That's even worse than getting pepper in your nose by accident or something like that. That's even worse than that.
Yeah. Yeah, it happens to me.
Yeah. Okay.
I
I see.
got pepper. I got black pepper in my nose, and that was not fun.
You know. You know. It's funny. I know someone that people are gonna watch this replay and be like, "What is CR and Channel talking about?" Get on this topic. Fly horse and go fish office keep.
Hey, Buttercup and Fern Homestead, good to see you.
Oh, she's in it.
Thanks for
Hi,
stopping by.
Buttercup. Oh, I appreciate that. Thanks, Karen. I appreciate that. Nice to see you in here. Um, you know, but on a serious note here, I actually wanted to say this too, but I actually wanted to say this as a live. I was actually thinking about doing a video on it, and I'm like, and you know what? I'll just say it live, just because I'm already here anyways. I've been falling
Yeah,
behind on some of the videos out there. I've been falling behind on some of them. I've been trying to keep up, but it can be difficult. It can be difficult to follow along with everyone.
well, I have the same problem. it's nearly impossible to keep up with everyone. Uh,
Especially as you progress through on the platform, right? As a content creator too, right? It's
yeah,
actually more difficult as a content creator because typically you're probably watching too, right? And as you support, subscribe, follow more channels, and vice versa, hopefully too, your subscription fee just gets wider and longer and longer and longer, and it just keeps going on and on and on, right?
yeah,
So, wait! I better not start singing. I'll probably get dinged for copyright if I start humming or singing something. But yeah, this is why I have to say. I know White Family Farm is still in here. Yeah, yeah, that too. That too, Buttercup. But actually, I can say this. I keep forgetting. I was gonna say this. Molly's probably still here too, right? Okay. I will be totally honest with you, Molly and Courtney. You guys did streams at the same time last night. This is why I said I was gonna be late or couldn't stay the whole time. Because I wanted to be there for both of you, but I actually had to allocate that time in, alright? Because then sometimes I gotta allocate certain time in for watching, right? And I mean I'm not always gonna be there, right? You can agree with that, Shadow. Time zone
yeah,
difference, right? Sometimes you're working out with friends, out doing stuff, out gardening, out weeding, out walking, out hanging with friends, out at festivals, concerts, whatever. So you miss stuff. But
yeah. I
I try to
agree.
be there as much as possible. So just to let you know, Courtney and Molly, this is why it was like that. And I think for going on forward, I'm gonna start mentioning that. Well, not specifically that, but because I see that all the time. Sometimes I go through my subscription feed and just like, you know, these lives that weren't scheduled, then I'm like, I want to pop in, right? Or these are like, let's say Friday, Saturday kind of thing, right? During um, prime time, right here in North America is between well, and factoring in time zone differences in that late afternoon, evening time, right? Everyone's alive. Lots of people go live. Let's say Friday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, something like that, right? Maybe even sometimes Sunday, right? So sometimes I'm bouncing between live streams, kind of stream, what I call stream hopping around and stuff like that, right? You know, I'm trying to give the
Yeah,
time to people, right? Because honestly, you guys are giving me that kind of watch time in return, and so I try to jump in as much as possible, right?
yeah,
Making sure I chime in on the side chat too. All right, keep that side chat discussion or talk or whatever going. However, right, as much as possible.
yeah, yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
yeah. Like I've see, I mentioned this before. It's one thing for let's say a collab video live stream where they're at the let's say channel A, channel B are at the same location and they're streaming on two separate channels, right? That's one thing I
Yeah,
can follow along with that easily because the audio is the same, right? But it's more
yeah,
difficult to follow along with different audio from different channels and still try to chime in, right? I know some
yeah.
people can do it, but I don't like particularly always doing that just because you miss out on certain things or you're listening to this more than this, right?
Yeah, I agree totally on that. So
Yeah, because your attention's not 100% there, right? So that
exactly.
yeah, and I depending on the discussion, right? Or what the topic or and stuff like that. So that's why I've decided now, unless they're streaming on at the same place with the same audio, I'll probably just watch them separately, but I'll just allocate, let's say, half an hour here, half an hour there, right? As much as possible. Because I admit that just like anyone else, like there's certain topics or certain things that are more gravitated towards watching. It's just the way it is. We have our interests, right? All of us have our interests on certain
Exactly.
topics or things, right? That are more we're more likely to appear or watch them first. It's just the way it is, and I get it. I get it because I'm like that too, right? I watch certain things first too, and unfortunately, my watch later always keeps to grow and grow. I'm trying to chime in as much as possible, right? You know, there is sometimes where I actually see certain little things. I'm like, I want to chime in right away, just because I'm thinking about that right now, interested in it and stuff like that. So I want to chime in right now, right? Some things I admit I put on the watch later. Hell, Shadow, I'll even admit to you, I missed some of your videos. Some of the videos are actually in the watch later list.
Yeah. Well, that's good to have them at least in the watch later list.
Yeah, but that doesn't help you. It doesn't help the chat. The channels out there, right? Because they don't get watched yet. They're just in queue, right? They're
Yeah,
just queued up.
exactly.
And I'm not a huge fan of that kind of way to just play thing, because I like to chime in on the side chat or on the comment section too, right? Because when you don't leave a comment, all right, regardless if you did or did not get the watch time,
Yeah.
comment also shows that, oh, this person actually supposedly watched, right? Especially if they leave more consistent comments usually on your videos, right? And or video or comment that kind of goes on like paragraphs, right? And you could tell that they watch certain parts because the way they chime in on certain key points, regardless if they timestamp it or or how sometimes I like to do it with a play on words and and stuff like that. Sometimes I'll be like, yeah, I noticed the CR words, or I noticed that you said this one word 5 times, right? Yeah, because I try to, because then it shows that you were paying attention more, right? It's like, oh, someone's
Yeah.
paying attention. Right. I feel like I'm missing stuff again. I don't know. No, you're doing great, Gail. That's good. Did I miss something here? I don't think I did. Oh, I was about to say something, but I won't. Anyways, that's all good. That's great. Go fish opposite. I just kind of rushed scanned through the comments a little quicker.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah. I remember that go fish office. I was there. I was there, not all the time, but I was there. So I try, like I said, I'm not always gonna be there. It's just the way it is. Like if I even, people go on vacations, camping, trips, right? So sometimes you don't got data to listen in, right, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I even meant to you, Shadow. I missed that stream on Saturday, on that previous Saturday, too. I
Yeah.
missed that other one. So, and I've missed your streams. I'm not always there. A lot of times I'm there, but not always. It's just, sometimes I need to do stuff that day or at
Well,
that time
sometimes
of
you
the
have
stream.
sometimes you have things to do and you have to deal with it. So
Yeah, right. Sometimes you got to put it in the real world first, right? You know, as much. Sometimes it's difficult to allocate the time. So that's why I always appreciate the people that do join my live streams and leave comment and who do watch, right? When
yeah.
I say do watch, I mean actually watch, right? Not just let it run.
Yeah.
I appreciate the people that let it run, but I also like to see the comment section too, right?
Yeah.
Because then I get to hear people's points of views, right? Stuff like that, amongst some other things, and then realize, oh, hey, this channel watched or this person watched, right? And stuff
Yeah.
like that. It's nice to see that because then you know who's actually watching. And not just guessing. It's like I said, not a lot of people disable their comment section, not have comments in the side chat. Most people that do streams have a side chat. Very rarely do channels not do that.
Yeah.
I've done that once because it was a more serious thing. It was only a 20-minute stream, but I was doing it as just trying to do it live, right? Because it's much harder to do a live stream without the side chat.
Yeah,
Muscle
it
memory.
is.
It's much harder. Like I don't even know anyone else that regularly. Like most people have a side chat. Most people have a panel, right? So imagine trying to that'd be like a static video then. You gotta keep talking or showing something or something like that to entertain, quote unquote, entertain people, right? Because obviously people are coming by to be for the knowledge or some information or to be entertained. So you gotta keep the show going, as they say. Yes, I am reading the side chat, by the way. Yes, I am reading the side chat for Wally, especially Goldfish Office. Anyway. Oh, by the way, apparently I gotta remember to enable not just enable the side chat, but the side chat replay.
Yeah.
On the last couple streams, I haven't actually enabled that. I'm like, but this time around, I have enabled the side chat replay. By the way, so as an FYI, the side chat replay will be enabled. By the way, I keep forgetting to enable that. No, but because by default, the side chat while it's live is checked, right? But you actually have to go in, unless for some reason I'm mistaken, you actually have to go in and check off that side chat, the live side chat replay. So
Yeah.
stuff like that. Let's see. Yeah, it's all under my silly spell check. Yeah. Perhaps I will see someone join us. Perhaps she will join us. We'll see.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see
Just
how it
give
all
it a
goes.
minute or two.
Wait for it.
Exactly. Wait for it.
The next comment was that person that would have been laughing. You know, it's just like you know how you speak up it and it's like, oh, there they are. It's like are your ears ringing, tingling, or whatever people say it as. Yeah, yeah, I remember that Go Fish Office. Hmm. Maybe it's different, Sandy. I don't know. Maybe I need to check back on that again. Because when I was setting up the stream, like that box wasn't by default checked off. I had to go back in because I was thinking of doing a subscriber only mode or amongst other things. So
Yeah.
because I haven't ran one of those subscriber only modes for a live stream for a while. I usually
Yeah.
don't. I usually don't. Usually it's on everyone.
I usually don't either.
Yeah. I don't. Rarely do it. Rarely. Well, because in that area is that kind of you can change. Well, it's not in the well, it's relatively in the same area, but you can change that latency and slow mo too, right?
Yeah.
For the side chat, right? I don't usually put slow mo on the side chat. I know some people do, but also
Well, it
usually
depends.
that.
It depends on
Well,
how many you have in the chat.
yeah. Well, because sometimes
If you if you have
yeah,
200 people and the chat just fly by, you need might put it in
yeah,
slow mode.
yeah, you need a little more bit more buffer of a time so you can actually catch up, right? I mean, it's basically if you're doing this only with one device on a phone that's smaller in comparison to like a bigger screen like a laptop, desktop computer and stuff, right? Or even a tablet, right? On a separate device that you can see the side chat, right?
Yeah,
I've never heard that expression. They call flying monkeys. I've never heard that expression. uh, yeah. Oh, I see Dibs and Goldfish Office are having good shared some stories here, some memories here, like some references. So Shadow, as on a more serious again for a little bit here. It's National
yeah,
Preparedness Month. I was actually considering on doing it as a preparedness stream, but I decided to keep it more open. But you
yeah.
know,
I know it is. At least in U.S. and Canada.
yeah. So I mean, this is why I got the first aid kit on the first of the month.
Yeah,
it just worked that way. I'm just saying, it just worked that way because I was trying to figure it. I'm like, where should I post it? I might as well just post it on the first. It just seemed like a good. The timing was probably more epic that way, right? But so hopefully people are doing what they can out there.
yeah,
It don't seem like things are getting much better at times. At times, right? Relatively speaking, obviously there is some good things happening, but sometimes it feels like the not so great things are happening more often. Let's just say, and the good things are happening less often. So something to keep in mind and do what you can out there. Whatever,
yeah,
whatever, whatever. Right? Growing a garden, stocking up on that pantry food items, right? Eat where you store, as they say. You know, making things are ready even for like the winter, right? Or things that you expect to see eventually,
yeah,
typically, all right? Whatever it is, right? Regardless if it's that frozen white stuff, cold, or something like that. So, and don't be caught off guard so much, right? Because when you get caught off guard, then that's where issues and troubles really lie, start to appear, right? Because when you
yeah,
get, I was gonna say this and everything, but I won't because it's not one of my late night streams. But yeah, that expression, yeah, yeah. I won't use that the word, but I'll use another word, shorts. and yeah, and I'm going down there. But anyway, but yeah, you don't want to get caught like that, right? Because it's a very, it can be a very stressful situation at time, right?
yeah.
I'm pretty
It
sure
can.
everyone can agree with me, right? It's a very stressful situation. Speak, see, I speak. It can be, so this is why do what you can to be proactive out there. The best that you can. I get it, the finances, money, acquiring the resources. And I say acquiring resources, that includes everything, right? Not just gear, but food and water too, and all this other stuff, medical stuff, whatever, right? the resources too, right? So do the best you can out there.
Yeah, definitely.
Just catching up on the side chat real quick. I am seeing your guys' comments. Actually, technically, it's all the females talking right now. It's actually, yeah. So I'm catching up what the ladies are talking about. Yeah, I mean, do what you can out there, all right? I mean, I think it goes without saying. I know you just put out a video about that flashlight, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, stuff like that. So even something like as simple like that, right? Well, you know what? If the power goes out, I'm in the shower and that flashlight's with me. I can still finish the shower and not have soap in my eyes and get dressed, already. Because I always that's never happened to me, but I assume that the worst timing. You know what I mean? Like you
yeah,
got shampoo, conditioner in your hair, right? Like and like like you're in a washroom without, let's say, windows or whatever, right? Or it's at night, right? And lost of power for whatever the reason is, right? Well, you still gotta get that shampoo out of your hair, right? You probably have to. I mean, there's still gonna be some water pressure to finish off, right? But the thing is, you still gotta change, right? You gotta still gotta get dressed, right? Like, how many people actually try to get dressed without or without seeing it? All right, knowing my luck, my shirt would be backwards, inside out, or something like that, right? Or it's like, you know what I
yeah,
mean? Yeah, it's just something. Don't take that for granted, all right? Because it would suck trying to put on clothes, trying to change or whatever without seeing. Because I don't know many blind people, but actually, you know what? If I ever meet someone that's blind, I think I would ask them that first. After, how are you and all this other stuff, right? I'd be like, is changing or getting ready or right? Is it difficult? Tricky or whatever, right? Because I can imagine, you're gonna do it in a certain way, right? Because imagine trying to
yeah,
put on shirts and all this other stuff without seeing in the dark or blind or whatever. I imagine that would be more difficult. Or I shouldn't say more difficult, but more tricky. You would have to do it in a certain way and just right. Because also you gotta make sure your shirt's not inside out probably or and stuff like that. You grab you grab a shirt thinking it's a t-shirt, but it's actually like your long sleeve shirt or something like that, or vice versa.
yeah. I agree. Totally.
Take care, go fish office. I appreciate you joining me uh morning. Early at this time. Nice to see you again. Go fish office. You know who I am. You know who the Swede is here. I don't. I don't even call you that. You know that. I always call you Shadow, but everyone else.
Yeah, that works for me.
Wait. Yeah, it's okay. It's alright. You know. I've actually had two channels call me Red before.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just whatever. It's okay. It's all good as long as I know the reference or know that you're saying it or you're speaking to me or
Yeah.
typing or messaging it to me. Yeah. I'm not sure if Buttercup's still in. I think she said she only had a little bit of time, but it's all good. All good. Yeah, because I know she gardens too. I know Buttercup. I know she gardens too. So and I've seen some of this other stuff that people have been posting about their harvest and all this stuff. You know what?
Take care, Go Fish.
You know what? Speak of harvest. I finally completed editing the tomato video. It took, I don't
Okay,
know.
that's good.
Well, to be honest, it's because I actually had to show a little bit more in not transition, the over time of it. Not over time, but over period of time of it. That's why it's been taking me a little bit longer to put
Yeah,
that one out. I like I said, I have the sunflower videos and the tomato videos. They're all, well, actually it's only one tomato video, but I actually have those videos scheduled now, so they will be out later this month. I just kind of spaced them out, so that way I get at least got a video for at least once a week, right? Right, and stuff like that. And of course, like I said, I do have a few shorts in the works, unlike some other things. So something to keep an eye out on, or maybe I'll sneak peek it to you if you like message me or and stuff like that. And for those who actually do follow me over on IG on Instagram, sometimes I actually do sneak peek a few things over there too.
yeah,
Way
I noticed
before the
that.
YouTube. Yeah, way before I showed on the YouTube side. They're on this platform. So, and for some people that message me directly, I communicate with or message or I am instant message more frequently. Sometimes you get a sneak peek, very short sneak peek of something in the works, just to you know. What's the expression? Anyways, to insight. Okay, insert word interest. I can't think of. What's up, Sammy? Oh my god, I see you in there.
Hey, Sammy.
Hi, hi, Sammy. How are you doing? How's Vinny doing, by the way, Sammy? Hopefully he's doing well, by the way. Tell him I said hi, by the way, Sammy. Hopefully, hopefully you're doing well. So yeah, like I said, I mean, what was I saying? Damn it. I swear I just derailed myself because I just lost my train of thought here. Oh yeah, yeah. So hopefully, things are going well with all you. And like I said, I do have some scheduled videos in the work. And like I said, the sunflower videos are coming out soon. I can't wait to show you guys all of it. Like literally. Like there might be even shadow side chat here. You might actually see a few more than you think. So I've been yeah. I've been trying to compose something together nicely.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, because like I get that some people don't know how to edit or don't want to edit or don't have the time to learn it or whatever, right? But there's certain little things that editing allows you to do, like show progress over time, right? Time lapse and stuff like that. So that's what I wanna. That's why it's been taking me a while, because I actually had to like shoot a bunch of footage or pictures over several weeks, right? So that's
Yeah,
why I need that time. I need that time to actually do it in the real world, right? I need that real time for it, right? That's why there hasn't been an update for since like last month, because I'm trying to space it out and give you guys, guys and gals, the viewers out there, a little bit more to watch, right? A little bit more, a little bit more. Ah, you can't wait to see it. Yeah, yeah. Cool, cool. So yeah, I mean, I'm thinking about doing this other video about like what I learned from it or whatever, but we'll see how it plays out. We'll see. Because like I said, I've mentioned this every so often on our panels or our streams. I've had some issues too with gardening this year. Like a lot of people, I think you. I don't know about you how it is over there, Shadow, with the gardening community over there, locally for
Yeah,
you or in your country, right? Because I know here in Canada and down in the U.S., right? There's I've been hearing like people say, "Oh, I lost this because of this, the wind damage, not enough, too much rain, not enough, or too much rain, too much sun," right? Like I've heard all these stories, right? I'm just like, and I've experienced a few things myself, right? Like even, oh, I guess I could say this because technically I've already posted a video. It's already out there publicly. Because in my tomato video, I think it was update 2 or 3 of it. I guess the next one should be 4. I've actually had some wind damage too, right? You know, broken um flower clusters and stuff like that. Yeah. I did post that already, so go check out that. I think that's the tomato update number 3. Yeah, you can see that in that video. It's a very short video, a couple minutes, so if you can spare a couple minutes to watch that, I would appreciate that. Not just on terms of the views, but watch time too, right? But in a nutshell, it's you know, you know, that seems kind of minor compared to what some other people have had. Like some people didn't even get to a flowering stage, right? Because they've had too much rain, never flowers, right? You know what I mean? Not enough sunlight, not enough
yeah,
daylight, right? Not enough energy for that, right? Or it's too much sunlight, too much heat, and you know the flowers don't exist.
yeah,
Or if let's say you have something like lettuce, and it just bolts right to the flower stage, right? And then the lettuce becomes bitter and not so great to consume, right? So I've heard things like that, and I mean, so that I'm very fortunate and I'm pretty what's that word? Not grateful. Yeah, I'm very grateful on the harvest that I do have this year. And well, like I said, some people just their harvests are like worse this year, or they've had issues, or maybe they didn't even get to the flowering or fruiting stage, right? So I'm very fortunate and I'm very grateful that I've even gotten that to this stage, right? Because some people just had major issues. I don't know if you heard about some of these from other people or whatever, Shadow. Because I know you talk to some other people or whatever and watch other things. I don't know if you heard many stories about that, right? Because I know not a lot of channels share it all the time, but you know, it's nice to see that it's not all you don't always have success in gardening, right? And I get it,
yeah. I know.
but I do appreciate when you always appreciate when you do have success, right? It's not always gonna
Yeah,
be feast, as they say. Sometimes it's gonna be famine. Every year is not always the same, right? Sometimes it's a little bit worse. Sometimes it's better, right? And for some people out there, some people actually have like, oh, hey, this did really well, really horrible, but this was great. I know even Forehaven mentioned a few things, right? He's
yeah.
mentioned a few things.
He did.
I've seen some of his posts and stuff like that. He's had certain issues. I know one family farm that is hopefully still in here, right? They had some things grow really, really well, then other things not so great. All right. So like I can relate to it because I had a few things too that grew really, really well, but other things really not so great, non-existent, right? So always appreciate what you do have at times, right? Mm-hmm. Let's see NC Div. Yeah, I'm reading the comments. Yeah, I see that, Sandy. Like I said, I have the live chat replay available, so that's an FYI. So. Yeah. What's that called? Sampling, right? Isn't that called sampling? I know you can do that with clips or
Yeah, I
whatever.
think it's sampling.
Sam, yeah. I mean, that just stops that, but obviously, for a doesn't know already. You know, because even the big channels out there, right? Every so often, it's just like I see a small channel almost kind of rehash it. You could, right? And just like I don't know if you noticed that. I've noticed that before. Sometimes I'm looking at certain things at let's just say like a survival kit or whatever. I'm like, I know I've seen this before, and I know this doesn't belong to this channel because I know who originally posted this video, right? I see it all the time, right? But usually that gets kind of flagged and stuff like that right away, right? Gets taken down and stuff like that. Because I'm pretty sure that's against the terms of service, right? Because clearly that is not your content at all, right? And it's not like a reaction video, right? There's no commentary. It's just like literally, it's not even paraphrased. It's just like word for word kind of deal, right? Or in this case, clip by clip or bite by bite. Like, well, NC Dubs, like I said, screenshotting or video recording on your phone, I've known about that stuff for a very, very, very long time. And stuff like that. You hit your home key and the power button, right? You can screenshot, right? Nowadays, they have the already built in on the phone where you can screen record your screen, right? And stuff
Yeah,
like that. And about the videos out there, for anyone that doesn't know, right? For anyone that doesn't know, I'm not gonna mention it, but there is ways to pull videos off of YouTube. I'm just saying, it's out there. All right. It doesn't take a rocket science to figure that out, right? You just
exactly.
put it in you could just put it in the search term in the search and find it. I know about this because yeah, and stuff like that. So this is why I try to post original content as much as possible, but I also realize once you post content out there, like even this stream, right? I already know it's in the public domain already, right? Once it's out there, just consider it's out there, right? Anyone can quote unquote reuse it, all right? This is
Yeah,
why I'm a more big proponent of putting branding on certain things. So obviously, this is a live stream, so obviously you're gonna get this kind of uh, dialogue and channel icons and stuff like that. But I'm talking about normal videos. This is where sometimes it's nice to be able to edit, so you can put that specific thing in, all right, and make it harder for them to actually like take it and run with it, right? This is why a little more and more I keep adding the random CRs on screen and stuff like that. That way the branding's in there, right? Right? People know
yeah,
where it's really coming from, right? Like if I ever, let's say, uh, let's say Shadow, like I wanted a clip from you or whatever, right? I would ask you, hey, can I borrow this clip for this section right here on that video? I want to do a VR, right? I would ask you.
yeah,
I would source. I would cite, put the source information in there and be like, hey, this is where it came from and all that stuff to get so you know where it came from, right?
yeah,
And stuff like that, and to give credit to it's just like crediting like even though you don't actually have to give attribution on some of the stuff on YouTube, I still do it anyways most of the time. Most of the time, right? Just because maybe someone likes that sound bit, a sound bite, or music or whatever, and they want to use it, and they want to know what it's called. Now they do because I actually referred it. You're in the video or in the description, right? As much as possible.
Yeah,
And give credit
exactly.
to the content creator out there or the music creator out there, right? Because
Yeah,
you might want to be like, hey, I really like this sound, but what's it called? Right? What's this music called? What's the song called, right? Some people don't know, right? And it's one of those things that might be, oh, you don't have to give attribution. I just do it right, as much as possible, right? Or at least credit, right? Because sometimes I want to know too, right? And remember, oh, like, oh yeah, that song. I remember what it's called now, right? Because I actually wrote it in the description too, right? Or it's on the bottom of the like credited or source material, right? So, like you see that in on TV and stuff like that sometimes, right?
yeah,
So that's why I like to do that stuff. Just it's not to cover my butt or my ass on it. It's more so you know where it's coming from, or if you want
yeah,
to
exactly.
look it up too, or want to use it or listen to it or whatever, you know where it came from. You don't have to ask me. You already know, right?
Yeah,
And like I always say, you gotta make the experience for the end user as easy as possible, right? Less clicks, less all this stuff, right? You know. I mean, I'm not saying don't do your own research, but sometimes it's nice, right? Yeah, I'm familiar with that too. But like I said, you can't stop screenshots and all this other stuff. Oh, okay, okay, Sammy, I see it, I see it, I see it. Aw. Hi, Gray. 1107. How are you doing? How's those walks doing for you, Gray? That's with an A, by the way. Did I miss something in here? I don't believe so. Sorry, I didn't look at the side chat for a little bit here. Sorry, I'm trying. Maybe I should have put slow mo. No, I'm just kidding. I can give up. Yeah, yeah. I'm trying to give people credit as much as possible with CR in it, right? As much as possible, right? Just so it just makes it, like I said, it just makes it so if they want to look it up or find it or use it or use that music or whatever, right? Even maybe even if attribution is not required, I just do it anyways, right? Just as much as possible, just in case people want to use it, right? For their own channel, right? I mean, I would probably do that with open source or yeah, open source stuff too. So okay, it's, it's nice to see you, Gray. Nice to see you. How's those wonks doing for you, Gray? uh, they're probably they probably rock. Early for that? Yeah, it's still early for that. Okay. Never mind. Whatever. So yeah, it's kind of funny, Shannon.
yeah. What?
Uh, I should just name the stream "Live with Sealer Variety" because I've been just almost talking about everything here: prepping, content creating, random short things, random things
Yeah,
that now people knows about from Goldfish Office and Iron Flowers and all this stuff. But probably the more important thing is I get to reconnect with all of you, and some of you can connect or reconnect with each other, right? So to me, that's worth it. That's worth it, right? Sometimes it's nice to reconnect with people. as much as possible, right? Life's short, right? You know, it's nice to reconnect with people as much as possible. Yeah, Iron Fly Horse, music is really, really picky. I mean, this is, see, I know, well, if Go Fish Office was still here, right, she would say they kind of make their own music, right? She's done it before, right? If you visit her channel, you would see that, right? And this is why I tend to reuse a lot of audio or music a lot more because I know I've been able to use it. You know what I mean, Channel?
Yeah, I know.
I know it's quote unquote safe to use. Right? I'm not gonna get dinged for it. Right? Because I've actually had issues before where I'm like, I actually posted. I was just about to put it on. Well, I'll say I upload all my videos privately to private first, right? Obviously, right? That's as a content creator, that's what you do. That way, you can put the description, the title, the thumbnail, tags in, the metadata, not metadata, the end screens, and oh my gosh, I haven't used them for so long that I'm forgetting the word now. I actually haven't
Yeah.
added the end screens for a while because I've been doing it on the phone, uploading it via phone. What's ah the I haven't used. Oh my gosh, I can't. As a content creator, you figure I would remember what it's called. Not the end screens, the the cards. Really, I couldn't remember a word with still in it. what the? What the? I can't believe that. Don't judge me because I forgot a word with still in it. It happens.
Well, it happens.
But yeah, the cards, right? The cards, yeah, end screens and the cards, right? I gotta remember to add them back in. It's because I've been doing this on a phone. And it's more difficult on the phone. Because the YouTube app doesn't actually give you that. You actually have to go through the web browser to set that up, right? Or like a computer or desktop or whatever, right? Stuff like that. So yeah, Iron Four Horse. Yeah, music is just you gotta be very, very careful, right? Because I had issues. It wasn't to be a strike or whatever. I just didn't want to deal with it, right? So I had to change the music out. But on the bright side, the music I changed it to was better, anyways. So you know. But this is why you see certain videos from me that always have the same audio, the same music,
Yeah.
because I know it's safe to use, right? And I'm I'm too lazy to find another audio track at that time. So, but sometimes I have to find a new audio track. So there's uh there's the YouTube audio library, obviously, right? You know, some of them require attribution, right? So always look at that, right? If it says attribution required, then you need to add that, by the way, right? But then well, I can't still use it on discretion, right? But I've used what's that called, Pixabay before. Their audio, it's been
Yeah.
good. I've been good, right? I'm just like if I haven't used it, the music from the site yet, then you know, I'm not sure, 100% sure. Even if people say it, right? But Pixabay's been kind of good to me on the audio. Some of the some of the editors out there, either the apps or the programs, depending how you want to say it, right? You always want to make sure that audio is good to go. All right. This is why maybe you test it first, right? Make sure that audio is going to be safe. Let let YouTube do that check, right? You know, when you upload, it says uploading and all the stuff, and it's gotta do that check, right? You know what I mean? Yeah. So
Yeah.
let that go through, right? This is why I can and most people upload privately first, then set it up. just in case there's some issues with like uh content ID claim is different, but that should be after. But because I've actually had a content ID claim before, but I was that but that was just because it just looked the same. Content was we were talking about totally different. I was talking about flashlights and headlamps, right? It just looks similar. I managed to dispute that easily, all right? Because it's just similar. There's no way that, all right, that's not a content ID claim, right? It just looks similar. Content, different people talking about different things, right? Way different, right? Because you can't per se quote unquote copyright or the layout, right? It's actually the
Yeah.
content itself, right? So something to keep in mind. Yeah, it's okay. It's all good, Sandy. Yeah, I get it. I get it. It's all good. And I'm back at the bottom of the chat. But yeah, this is what, you know, music is, like I said, it's very, very, you gotta be very careful. You gotta carefully walk that path. You know what I mean? Like, obviously, in the shorts, it's different, right? I know over on the Instagram side, the reels are different, right? But that's different. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like your long form content here on YouTube, you gotta be very careful about on the with the music or audio, because it's very, very easy to get dinged for that or whatever, right? And of course, the last thing most people want to see is a copyright strike. You know,
Yeah.
you know, that's one of the last things you want to see, right? Seeing a content ID claim or something like that is a little bit different, but yeah, a copyright strike is like the worst of it, right? So I try to make sure it's good to go, right? As much as possible, because you know nothing's worse than like, oh, they're not ding me for this, right? This is worse. Sometimes the editing aspects can help, right? Because then you can you're muted out, replace it with something else, or hopefully do something so it doesn't pick it up, right? You know what I mean? Shadow. I've actually played something before on a harmonica. I'm actually surprised I never got dinged for
Yeah.
that. So just to keep that in mind for all you content creators out there, and going forth in the future, right? Because it could, if you really think about it, it could be on another platform anyways, right? That's just here on the YouTube side,
Yeah.
right? Because I know our platforms are a little bit more liberal, right? On their right, but then that could change too, right? Think about it, right? All it takes if the platform changes, you can adapt to it. It's just how it is, you know. Because you're using the platform, right? You're using they're hosting your content, your video, pictures, music, whatever, right? Um, Shorts, reels, whatever, short. That 9 by 6, that portrait or landscape video, right? So they can make the rules because you're with them. And apparently my headset's dying. Hold on a second. Keep talking, Shadow.
Well, I do my best.
I gotta pull you my headset.
Yeah. I made a cannabis video and has it on private. They restricted it. I'm the only person who can watch it. So silly. Yeah.
All right. You guys hear me? Can you hear me, Shadow?
Yeah, I can hear you loud and clear.
Oh, okay. I know it sounds worse on my phone. Someone always says my headset sounds better, but it only takes like 50 minutes.
Yeah.
It doesn't take that long to charge the headset. I usually only get a couple hours out of it, anyways. Well, because we're already almost at that 2 hour mark, so, and I was already like using it before I joined. I started the stream, so yeah. You know what? Let's see here. Maybe I can show you guys something. I keep forgetting. I haven't actually turned on video, have I? Hey, hold on a second. Keep talking.
I do my best. Let's see.
Come on, I co-host for you all the time.
Yeah, I know. I know, Sandy, but I left
Seriously?
it up. A lot of people commented.
See, this is what I get for coming
Okay.
outside.
Yeah, I can hear that. All these horns. Maybe alarm system on the cars. That's really annoying.
Take care, Iron Fire Horse. I swear that was like the worst one. As soon as I come outside, not even 2 minutes. Well, at least it's off now. And I'll show you guys something. I'll give you guys a cool, very, very, very small.
Almost 2 hours. I better go get some stuff done. I'm way behind on everything.
Yeah, I saw
Take
that.
care, everyone. Thanks, CR and Shadow.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I'm Fire Horse. No problem. If you have things to do, you have to do it. So take care.
Remember,
Stay
I'm
safe.
live,
God
right?
bless.
So this is a live kind of picture right there.
Yeah.
It's a very,
That's
very
really
short
nice.
sneak peek. Very, very short sneak peek in there for you
Nice
guys.
color, too.
Oh, actually, technically, that's not right. Technically. Technically I've already shown them from the previous years, but yeah. Quick sneak peek right there.
Yeah.
All right. Quick sneak peek. You might see that later in the month on the tomato update. I think it's number 4. Besides, I actually had to come out here outside anyways. A little quicker.
Yeah.
I had to move a couple things around. Because I have some stuff sitting in the sun, so I need to readjust them again. NC Dibs, you don't have to. It's so good. It's so good. It's so good. But yeah. Hold on a sec. Sorry, I thought I heard something. It's just the Amazon guy. I mean, the Amazon personnel, I should say.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was wondering if I was hearing stuff. So. Like I said. Oh, that reminds me. I'll show you guys. Oh, yeah. I guess I could show you guys stuff. I wasn't kidding about the. Let's see. Look, leaves. Okay, look. You got leaves on the ground already. But what I wanted to show you guys. See? Solroid. I'm just charging it right now. Well, because it's sunny out, right? So I figured, and I'm at home, so give it a lot of get a lot of solar power out of it. Like,
Yeah.
angling it and all the other stuff. Among some other things I need to do too. See, for people that say that, oh, see, you never show anything on your live stream, well, I gotta charge up the phone first.
Yeah, that too.
Yeah, all right. And like I said, I got because I gotta remember to leave some stuff for the videos. Alright. I don't want to just what's it called? Spoil it all on the live stream. Even though we're already like almost 2 hours in, but we'll see. We'll see who pays attention.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know what else I can show you guys real quick. It's because I need to shoot the video for it too. So.
Yeah, that
But
sounds
ever
like a
so
good
long,
idea.
I guess I could show this. See? Some green onions right here.
Yeah.
They're not as long as the one that I showed in earlier in the year. Those ones were so long. They were almost 2.5 feet long. Some of the longest onions I've ever grown. And the thing, I wasn't even trying for that because it actually overwintered. So we'll see if I can do it again. That'd be nice. Apparently, I need to
Indeed.
come out. Apparently, I need to come out and thin some of the tomatoes here. I've been out. Well, because like I said, it's September already, right? Technically, here for me, for this area, the first available frost, our first frost is like pretty much the first day of fall, right? So I might be able to get another. Well, I'm pretty sure I'll get a couple more weeks for sure, but after the first day of fall, you know, things can happen, whatever, right? It can start getting cold, right? Really cold, right? So I'm trying to reallocate some of that energy towards certain things on the plants. Because I mean, like right now, if it's flowering, unless it's the only one on the plant, like if it's flowering and it's got fruit on some of the on the same plant, I won't even bother. I'll just take out those blooms, because then it takes at least for me here at least a month to develop the tomato, right? I might not even get a month, right? So this is why I'm out here just kind of pruning them off, right? I'll show you guys some.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
That looks nice.
Yeah, for what it is, it's not so bad. It's not so bad, right? I mean, like I said, I've had some issues too, right? I've shared it. I remember because it happened when I was on the side chat. I was showing them and I showed them later. I'm like, I'm not even joking, man. It just fell. I just noticed it. But I managed to get something out of this. Surprisingly enough, it's a little bit more crowded than I would like, but whatever. It's more I pick like the worst time to come back outside. Oh, CR's outside. Let's make a bunch of noise. Let's call him. All this other stuff. So yeah, where am I at? Well, another reason is because when I come out here, because it's so bright, my screen has to brighten, right? Which means my battery's gonna go down faster. And remember, I'm transmitting video and sound, right? And using Wi-Fi,
Yeah.
right? So it chews my battery up faster, right? And this is not a quote unquote new phone, right? So the battery life's not as great as I would like. So I gotta do what I can, right?
Yeah.
I'll show you guys something. Why not? I'll show you guys the spawn. Oh, and perfect segue here, Shadow, because you just watched the video. I just remember that. I think I replied to you. Remember that video
Yeah, I
that?
believe you did.
Yeah. See, remember that? Remember that's. Remember for anyone that hasn't seen that banana video. Right. This is the exact same spawn at the end of the video. I managed to get something in that time. This is the exact same spot, by the way, Shadow.
Yeah.
Remember the end of the video where I broadcasted it? This is actually the exact same spot. Now, the banana
is not helping me right now. I'm pretty sure. It's actually everything from the spring, earlier in the spring and last year, that's probably helping, right? That I know for sure. Because there's no way that.
Indeed.
But it just shows that, um, that how fast it came back. Or something grew into that spot. I have a couple of bare spots back here now that I'm trying to fill in and stuff like that. I would show you guys these air spots, but I already have them set up for video later this month. So you guys and gals will have to wait on that video. And I'll show you. I'll try to see if is it anything else I can show you guys as a sneak peek. Like I said, I've had some issues too. Don't get me wrong, all right? I gotta remember what I'm showing here. See? There's a sneak peek right there. You might see, not specifically this one, but you might see something like this later in the month. Something right there. And perhaps if some more people join me before I leave, perhaps I'll show one more sneak peek in there on something else. Well, Shadow, you know what?
What?
I guess I might as well throw out the garbage while I'm out here. Right.
Yeah.
Might as well multitask. Might as well multitask. Hopefully I don't lose signal out here. But yeah, I mean, I've been quite lucky this year. Like, some things weren't as great, but then there's other things that just turned out super awesome. So sometimes it's just one of those things, right? Sometimes it's just one of those, you gotta roll with what's going on, right? Not everything's always, not
Right.
100% of everything's gonna be perfect. Sometimes you gotta work with 30-70% or 40-60 or whatever, 20-80 or something along the lines of that. All right, Shadow, keep it going. I'll be right back. I gotta do that thing you do.
Bathroom break.
That's what he said.
Yeah, that is what I said. Bathroom breaks is needed. Anyway, I'll be back in a minute or two. My day has been a long day at work. So, but it has been a pretty good day anyway, so I can't complain.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah. NC Debs just asked me how my day has been. Pretty good, but long day.
The rest of us don't have to announce that. Yeah, Sandy. Yeah, I know that. I don't know. Oh wow, it's so much nicer out today compared to the last couple of days. It's been more cloudy the last couple of days. Today's like the first. It's not clear out, but it's mostly sunny. A lot more sun than cloudy, anyways.
Yeah.
It'll help. So, like I said, I've had some issues with some of the plants. I've already shown some of the issues earlier in the previous updates. such. I mean, like the tomatoes, for example, right? I've had some minor issues too, but relatively speaking, overall I'm getting good success. So,
See,
where
it begins to be pretty late here now, almost 9.
yeah, I get it.
And I need to prepare for bed because I have to go up early tomorrow.
Yeah, I get it, man.
And I need my sleep.
Yeah, I appreciate you joining me up here. I appreciate that. Remember, everyone, go check out Shadow here, and he's live on Saturdays at 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern. As an FYI, that's on a Saturday, by the way. So usually you'll see me over there being a co-host, just like Kelly is a co-host over here with me right now.
Yeah, which reminds me, I need to set up my stream for Saturday. So,
do you have a topic yet?
Yeah, actually, I come up with one.
All right. I'll look for it. Okay. I'll keep my eyes peeled for a topic.
Yeah.
And some other things. All right. Take care,
Thank you,
friend.
Sandy. Take care. Stay safe.
Shadow.
God bless. You're very welcome, Deb. No problem.
Cool. Yeah, that was good to see Shadow join me. I asked him earlier if he wanted to join me. He's like, yeah, okay. I appreciate him joining me. It was really nice to see him, by the way. I just realized that he's actually been on my panel a few times now, a handful of times now. So it's nice to see him. So what I'm gonna do here is it's almost a couple hour here. I'll probably go for another half an hour or so, give or take. Then I need to take care of stuff myself here because it's afternoon. And I apparently need to do a few things too, by the way. Because the day isn't getting any longer. Besides, stuff needs to be done at times. I guess something else I was planning to show, I'll have to wait. Maybe I'll just shoot it as a normal video. Perhaps I'll just make the video. Let's walk back inside here. Hold on. Oh. You had to say something on the way out. So yeah, I mean, like I said, my garden wasn't the greatest, but wasn't the worst. So, not perfect, but not a disaster here. So I'll take that as a win. Like I said, I've heard of other stories of people with much worse garden experiences to share. So I'll take what I can, whatever the harvest gives me, whatever it is. Because there's been some of it that's been fairly plentiful and such. Actually, I can show some. Perhaps. NC Dibs. Let me check my headset here. Perhaps I have enough power now. Hopefully it's been enough time. Yeah. It says I have 97%. So let me make sure that I got the audio over there. Nope, I don't. Let's see. Over there. Ah, seriously? Yeah, there we go.
Okay, now I'm on the headset, so you should be able to still hear me. Give me a quick indication that you can hear me because I'm using a headset now. But it should be good. So yeah, I got a few things in the works lately. And like I said, I do have scheduled videos so for this month already. So that allows me to shoot video like today, tomorrow, next week, this weekend or whatever, and still have time to edit and post it later, whatever said video is and such. Not sure when the next live stream will be, but there will be a video at least. There will be a video, and there is some shorts out there. I just have to either, wow, they're either scheduled or put them on as public. Because right now they're on private or they're scheduled in advance right now. All right, cool. Appreciate it. I see you guys in the side chat. Give me some awesome constructive feedback. Because like I said, sometimes unless I'm listening to the stream personally, I cannot hear myself right through a device. So sometimes that feedback from the side chat is useful in that way, right? Because sometimes it happens, right? Problems with the sound, it's buffering, right? Sometimes you don't notice it as the content creator or as the host, right? It's a little bit more difficult when you don't have a co-host either, a co-host or panel members, right? So something to keep in mind. Yeah, it is definitely looking more like autumn, fall now. Right? The leaves haven't all fallen, obviously, but it's starting to. It's starting the process of it. So I think it's getting triggered by the amount of daylight. There's less daylight now in comparison. A couple less hours compared to June. So, and like I said, we are coming towards that equinox time. First day of fall, autumn. So, or first day of spring for you guys in the southern hemisphere. I do know I have some viewers down in the southern hemisphere. So, enjoy the spring while I go into the fall here. So, let's see here. Oh, that reminds me. This reminds me now because it's like I haven't eaten lunch yet, but I appreciate everyone that dropped by on that one video that I did a little bit of quote unquote cooking. I don't usually post a lot of food cooking type videos, but every so often I will. Every so often, I do have another one in the works. It's scheduled slash scheduled right now, so you might see another one. I might change the scheduling time in terms of what day, but it is on the channel. I just have to. Well, you just have to wait until it's public. Let's just say. So it's very short though. But it's to the point. So I didn't want to bore everyone with the cooking aspect of it, but I will show some food again. So a little food for thought, everyone. I see you, Gray. I see you're still in here, and you can't wait for them to slide into hibernation. Why is CR using a bunch of S words? Oh, I appreciate that. NC Dennison's very nice of you. I appreciate you and other people, you awesome folks joining me. Well, this afternoon, or if you're catching this on the replay and you're still listening to me after all this, I appreciate that too. Because I know usually it drops off, right? Because again, replays on this watches on the replays is lower usually because usually people like to come in during the live stream for that interaction part, right? That's why I say try to keep talking on your live streams, keep the show going as much as possible. Oh, even if you don't per se don't see anyone in the stream, right? Remember, some people might be watching this on replay and such, right? So you gotta keep the show going, making sure that people feel welcome as much as possible, you know. So they want to stay in as long as possible, and therefore you get more watch time too, right? And stuff like that. Because also if they stay on your video or live stream or replay longer, also you get more watch time. It's just the way it is. Yeah, I get it, Gary. I get it. Yeah. You don't have to watch your step, as they say, right? Or watch if you walk over a log or a stick, right? And something like that. Something you can't see, for example, right? Like, don't get me wrong, we can have them here in Canada too. They're just smaller, shorter, skinnier, you know, in comparison to some people that might get it, see them more common, more often, like down south, Australia, Texas, in the US, for example, right? In comparison. However, I guess here in Canada, we're gonna see like moose, deer, bear, amongst other wildlife like that. Let's see, where am I at? There. Like I said, since I unplugged my phone, I went from like 92% down to 72%. So I just dropped like 20% already. This is why I actually have to charge my phone up all the way. This is why sometimes I don't show video right away on these live streams unless I'm stationary and showing something. But some of these items or whatever are outside, or I gotta walk towards them, right, and stuff like that. Oh, and by the way, everyone, I'll show this again, and I'll get this out. Let me find a good spot that has good light so you can actually see what I'm gonna show here. Bring this over into. Hopefully, this is right enough. Well, the sun went behind the cloud, but yes, I'm still working on. I'm still working on this one right here. For anyone that hasn't seen this, I posted this back on Canada Day, but yeah. So I'm still working on this one. There probably won't be an update on this for a while because I'm doing it in a certain way. So, and to extend how many videos I can post, because I figure, oh well, that'll give me an excuse to make the video too. So it'll be a little bit before you see an update on that, quote unquote survival. Well, I shouldn't even say survival kit, but that kit itself. I'm still working on it because I have a certain way that I want to approach that for right now. I figured, like I said, it is National Preparedness Month here, at least here in North America, right? So I figured show a few preparedness items often. And that also reminds me, I gotta do a resource haul video soon. Or for anyone that doesn't know, my resource haul videos are items that I either get for free or acquire for free off the landscape. And well, that's why it's a resource haul. So it's different from these error hauls that other people do, like food hauls or whatever, right? Because this is stuff purely that was free or gifted for free or given to me for free. So it takes a little bit for me to acquire enough enough of it to make enough to shoot a video, right? And there's enough resources there to make the content, right? Because I'm not just gonna make a 1 or 2 minute video. Usually those resource haul videos, because are usually now done per viewer now. because I've done one time I didn't do it as a premiere. It didn't do as well as I would like. But this is why I've decided now if I'm gonna do the resource hole videos, it's gonna be a premiere. And generally, when I do a premiere, it's usually gonna be at least 7, 8, or more time. So you're not gonna see a premiere from me that's under 5 minutes. Because usually if I might as well just post it as a normal video for the most part. And besides, I get better reception when I post them as a premiere and such. Oh, you'll have to see, Sandy. You'll have to see where that's going. Like I said, it's just a work in progress. It's a work in progress. I have to fine tune it, see where I want to go with it. Because it would be nice if I can get an initial 2 or 3 videos out of that. A little bit more extra content that I can show. Well, a little bit more watch time and stuff, right? And see a progress in it or progress in it as much as possible. I mean, I'll show you guys. Technically, I haven't shown the contents, but all right. How's it, Erwin? Oh, by the way, everyone, for anyone that and I appreciate Wes, by the way. This was part of a giveaway, by the way, from Wes S. But what I was gonna say was for anyone that hasn't seen my what did I name that video? Well, anyways, it was a walking video. Yeah, this is the same bag, by the way. And I've actually shown this. Well, no, I haven't actually shown the whole bag, but you've seen the outside of the bag, and like that, you're gonna see the outside of the bag again. And I almost knocked something over trying to stand back up, but yeah, this is also something in the works too, right? Something that I've definitely have had for a while, right? You know, still working on this. This you might consider this more like well, it's I have my purposes for having it, which is regardless of the name, regardless of the name. However, I will say for sure it is no long-term bag. All right, I wouldn't even really consider it as one of those bug-out bags or something like that. But it is a bag with useful items in it that can help me out when possible, especially if I'm already out with it. Because honestly, a backpack is only as useful as if you actually have it with you when you need it the most, or when the situation arises. Because if you don't have it with you, you might as well not have it. Well, I shouldn't say not have it. It might as well not be there. It's not there with you when you need it the most. Let's just say. Hey, thanks, Gray. Yeah, I see you. I see you in there, Sandy. Yeah. So it's just something I've been working on with what I have, right? I'm not made of money. I gotta budget in stuff, allocate some funds to it, acquire some resources for it, right? So it's not gonna be as let's say awesome or pretty or whatever as some of those other kids out there on interwebs and such, but it is something I do have. Give me a little bit more to work with at times when things happen, or if or when things happen, and such. Because the preparedness stuff sometimes it takes time, right? You're not always going to acquire resources, not just gear. I mean, food, water, and all that stuff all at once. Sometimes you're doing it day by day, week by week, month by month. As funds come in, as you see or acquire that said gear or resource, sometimes it takes a little bit more time, right? Or as some people say, preparedness is a marathon, not a sprint. I'm gonna quote that from someone, right? I mean, this is something I put together for the last 4 years, I think. It's come out with me a handful of times, right? I've gone for walks with it, right? Stuff like that. I mean, I've worn it several times now, right? Many of the contents I've used. I haven't actually had to use the tarp in it yet, the shelter components as much, but there is a few shelter components I have tried in it, like the poncho, for example, right? Which will probably be part of that video. So you gotta stay tuned for that whenever I get a chance to shoot that video. Because I think the reason I haven't done these what's in this bag video or whatever, right? Because I'm still working on the content and still fine tuning it, and because it's got resources in it or whatever, right? The video might be a little bit longer because I've noticed that these kit videos I show tend to be a little bit longer because there's usually more I have to either say or show or demonstrate or whatever, and I'm trying to also have some B-roll to roll with it too. Sorry, I'm sitting beside something. Let me toss that to the side so no one keeps hearing that dinging and messages. Yeah, exactly. Great. You know, always budging in. Free is awesome, anyways. Maybe not always the best, but awesome. Sunflower. How are you doing? I thought my avatar was there. I can't tell. I've noticed that before on the streamer side, where sometimes it's like I see it, but when I see the replay, it doesn't show it after I do certain things. So that explains everything right then. Wow, I can't believe I have a Sandy and a Sandy. I'm so blessed. Yeah, free is the best price. Because you never know what you can score with a CR in it out there, right? Sometimes it's just luck, right? Sometimes right place, right time. Oh, and you have the ability to buy it if it's not free or whatever, or you're the first one to see it, all right? That wants it, anyways, right? Because I've been to places or whatever, let's say grad sales or whatever, it's just like, someone, the person right ahead of me decided to grab it. I'm like eyeballing it, like, a couple feet away. I'm just like, they're taking it. Okay, yeah, you know what? That's how it goes. Nobody, or opportunities, okay? But when the opportunities do arise and they're sitting in your metaphoric lap, sometimes you gotta consider maybe now's the time to take advantage of this opportunity, all right? Might not come back for a while, right? Because sometimes I'm been learning it like, yeah, I should have capitalized on that opportunity or something like that. Way better instead of hesitating, right? There's a time and place to hesitate, but then hesitation kind of nothing gets done, right? It's almost like procrastinating, all right? Yeah, there's a CR word right there, all right? Like, don't get me wrong, I can procrastinate like anyone else, but I also realize, well, nothing's gonna get done if no one does it. Someone's gotta do it, or someone's gotta be done. I gotta do something about it, right? As much as I can, right? For what it is. So yeah. Oh, and here I thought it was so special. I had like two Sandys here, but okay, it's all good. Well, that explains everything. Actually, that does explain something. Because now I know. Because remember, I do sometimes ever so often see the comment section. I'm like, this explains everything now. This explains everything. Sunflower, I'm hanging in there. I'm doing what I can, you know, and such, as much as possible. Like I said, it's National Preparedness Month, so I am trying to do what I can. There's probably something I'm gonna do after the stream. Now that I think about more and more, considering I'm more and more doing it today, If not today, then tomorrow for sure, because I have more likely to want to do. I think the only reason I delayed it is because I want to research more about it, right? See what other people are doing with it and such, and kind of not follow their lead, but kind of take the information with a grain of salt and adapt it to my own situation right here for what with what I have and such, right? In the space that I have to put said resources in or on or beside or on top of or whatever, right? Excuse me. And try to use the resources more effectively as much as possible, more efficiently and stuff like that. And trying not to waste as much or waste very small amounts or very little as much as possible, right? And do what I can. I mean, for example, food is probably not something I want to waste right now, right? You know, it's not like food's getting cheap, right? For the most part, food's either staying the same or getting more expensive, right? Like, don't get me wrong, there's deals or whatever sales may occur, but they're the window of opportunity for those are smaller in my opinion lately. So if you see those deals out there or whatever, consider capitalizing on them if you can, right? If you have the funds to or the ability to go get it in the first place, right? Because you might get a deal, but you have to travel, right? Or you might have to have a deal, but you'll be like, oh, I gotta do it during this afternoon, which means I can't show up for this stream or something like that, or whatever, right? So, oh, that's very nice that you said. Much more expensive, yeah. I mean, like I can, let's see. I don't think I have when around that's just a price on it or whatever. But I mean, like, there's stuff out there that I've been looking up and just like, just looking at stuff and just like, I think I remember that being cheaper before. Pretty sure. Hey, if it's not that, then it'll be at the same price, but what's that called? Shrinkflation, right? Where it's a smaller quantity of it, right? Quality's the same, but the quantity's smaller for the same price, or something along the lines of that. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, all right. Hey, is this? Hmm. Sorry, I just got. I just looked at something real quick. I'm like, what? I was interested. My gosh, the notifications on that device is so loud. You guys and gals probably was like, we can hear it here now. But yeah, this is why I've been trying to use the resources better as much as possible, and trying to acquire resources not only better but more effectively. Use the resources out there more effectively as much as possible, right? And try not to waste so much, right? As much as possible, right? That way, what's that called? More thrifty? No, not thrifty. More frugal. Yeah, words like that. As much as possible, because at the end of the day, it may matter. At the end of the day, a little bit more, right? And stuff like that. This is why, especially as time goes on, I think, yeah, this is probably something I'm gonna be doing more and more. Because, like you said, things are really looking, well, let's say, quote unquote, great lately at times, right? So I'm like, yeah, I think I need to, what's the word I'm gonna use? Do it on my own. Something along the lines of that. Wink, wink, right? So, let's see, what's my tire? I'll probably go. For some reason, I changed mine, or a bunch of people could show up. Probably for another 8 minutes or so, down to the bottom of the hour here. Just keep, yeah. Since I've unplugged my phone, I'm already down like 40%, 53%. I've already lost 40%. because I'm using Bluetooth, wireless. My display is not all the way up in brightness and such, right? And I'm actively showing video portions of video or whatever, or highlighting stuff on the side chat, right? You know, like this. Okay, sorry. I just heard something real quick. Just had to check on that real quick. But yeah, I'm trying to learn some things and do things, right? And not just, you know, watch a video, read a forum about it. Yeah, something like that is terms for knowledge, right? But I want to experience it myself and gain the skill of it, or at least get more proficient at it by actually doing it. Not just say, yeah, I can do that later and procrastinating. Well, I know enough, right? No, no, no. I'm trying to just do it, right? Just do it and get my quote unquote get the dirt time in, as they say, and just do it as much as possible, right? You know, this is why for anyone that hasn't seen, I really should go into their room because this tablet's like just driving me nuts with all this notifications. Um, this is why I showed like what I call hanging on that video, right? That's why I decided to shoot that video, right? Just to be like, instead of saying something or whatever, I'm just gonna do it, show it on video, right? So I guess for everyone out there, like, hang on, might be a bumpy ride, yeah. Just something to think about. Which time we got? About 5, 6 minutes left here. Let's see what else it was. So, you know what's funny? Like I said, I didn't really have a topic for this. Usually say like my live of CR times are usually more open, unless my title and description actually specifically say something. I'll usually bounce around on stuff, right, and or whatever, right. I mean, if my if my description and title specifically say something, usually I'll stick with it as much as possible. Maybe a few every so often go to another direction, but most of the time I'll stay in the same direction. But this is not one of them, so I get to veer off the direction a little and come back to the main path again. All right, take a slight detour and come back to the main path again every so often. I can't believe I actually used that word detour in a stream. Nice. So I appreciate you all joining me on the stream. Shout out to the replay gang. If there's one person's listening, because you're awesome and you're still listening to me on the replay and hearing me like 2.5 hours later, almost 3, just under 3 hours later, and still listening to me. It's like, yeah, CR, I'm still listening. Just chime in with that, like, kind of like, what's it called? Timestamp and say, still listening. I'll be like, oh, okay. Like, right here. Insert timestamp here. Still listening, CR? Yeah. Yeah, the hand waving thing. Yeah, I know you. I know you still. I know you're still there, Sandy. Still chiming in, right? Every so often, right? Keeping me on my toes and all this other stuff as much as possible. Yeah, I mean, there is. Well, I know there is. There's at least one video I need to
do the editing on. I have the clips in the editor. I just have to kind of quote unquote summarize it a little bit better. I'm trying to come up. I think I have a storyline for it, but let's see how it turns out. I'll see how I want to approach the video. However, that will probably not be for a couple weeks because I need some time to edit it, and I do have videos for this week. Well, at the end of this week, there's at least one video for next week. Like I said, I do have at least one video for every week this month. So I don't know if I'll post until after September. We'll see. We'll see. Because one of the things I've noticed is scheduling allows me not just, let's say, it takes the 7th of September at the time of this stream slash if you're watching this on the replay later on, but let's just say I had a video out next week on the 15th, right? You know, and I record another video and be like, hey, you know what? I think I'll post this video sooner than this one, right? It allows me to change the timing of making it public, right? And stuff like that. Just in case, because sometimes I'm like, I had so many gardening type of videos that I'm like, I need to space them out just so they're maybe every second, third week, then slide in some other content in there in between those weeks. Just so there's some variety for what it is here on the channel as much as possible. So I have a couple more minutes here. What was I gonna say? Well, I appreciate. Well, you know what? I think it's time for that 2-minute warning. All right, so everyone, that 2-minute warning that I usually give on my streams as much as possible. So for everyone to say something, some thoughts or whatever, say your yes to the rest of the side chat and amongst other people and stuff like that. Give thanks to the people that joined me. Okay, appreciate Shadow Scout Sweet for joining me on my as a panel member here. My side chat, like Sunflower, Sandy, Matthew prepping, like great. Oh, by the way, great. By the way, and Sammy was here too. Let's see, remember the people that joined me on the stream. I appreciate it very much for taking the time to join me, hang out with me, hear me out, share your own thoughts, and like Goldfish Office and Iron Firehorse. Yes, I just had to remember that real quick. Both of them too. I appreciate those. Awesome people joining me. Amongst some other people that joined me. Yeah. Sunflower, I did. I had a panel member. If you rewind, you can see I had a panel member, by the way. If I was going longer, I would invite you in, but I am not going longer because I need to do stuff. Like it's already like 31 after I said bottom of the hour. It's like, and I already said the 2-minute warning. Once usually, if I say the 2-minute warning, that's it. That means I am leaving the stream or closing out the stream. If I don't say it yet, then there might be hope for a longer stream, but we'll see. I still remember when you came by and joined me as a panel member, Sunflower and such, right? Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he was my co-host for a little bit. He was keeping me company and all this stuff, bouncing some ideas off of. See, I feel like like see now I feel like I'm gonna go for another like 10 minutes here just because. Okay. Anyways, yeah, okay, I get it. This is why like I said, whatever, everything I said earlier. Anyways, everyone, like always,
show all these things earlier. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I appreciate everyone joining me on this. With CR time. And for everyone, I appreciate everyone swinging by. And appreciate everyone checking me out. Go plant something or harvest something out there as you can. You know, do something awesome out there, right? Do something proactive out there and get some stuff done, right? You know, when you feel like you can't do it anymore, dig down deeper, right? You know, and you can do it. And like that, let me see what one of my other comments said real quick here. And dun 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 dun. Things are happening out there in our world, but we can adapt with it too. Our skill and knowledge can get better with practice and help everyone out there, but one can help someone. All right, everyone. Thanks for joining me on this live stream. Go do something awesome out there. Go do something to prepare. Be more proactive, the best that you can. Learn something, some skills, some knowledge, gain some experience, right? Go read something, you know, get outside if you can, go for a walk if you can. Hang out with people in the real world, not just in the virtual world or in Second Life or, right, and all that stuff. And I'll catch you all next time. Take care, and it's peace out from the one known as Echo, echo, echo. R. Echo, echo, echo. And I'll catch you next time. Take care, everyone.